Thank you, Steve. I'll buy one, I promise. And now for our final speaker of the evening. You are all here because you love baseball. But what would you say if you were told you couldn't play for some reason, including your gender? Our next speaker could tell you all about that. As a young girl, only boys played Little League, but she wouldn't accept that. So she tucked her short hair behind her ears, put on a baseball cap, and gave herself a boy's nickname, Tubby Johnston. She only played 1 year, but it's a year she'll never forget. And here to tell her own inspirational story, Miss Tubby Johnston, otherwise known as Kay Massar. Kay?
I want to thank you so much, and it's really a wonderful, great honor to be here. I've never heard of Pony League before, but my friend down here has given me a lesson about Pony League. I didn't think there was anything beyond Little League, but I'm from New York State, and I don't know, are there any Yankee fans here? Great, that's wonderful. I grew up with, my father was my mentor, and he was an avid Yankee fan, and so I grew up as a Yankee fan, and to this day, I love the Yankees. In fact, I got to throw out a ceremonial first pitch in 2006 to Jorge Posada. Unfortunately, it was a one-hopper, but at least I got to throw the pitch out. So my story is a really unique one because, you know, I was the first girl to play Little League, so that makes me a pioneer. And a pioneer, you think of somebody old, well, that's me, because I played back in 1950. And the reason why I didn't play the next year was not only was I over the age limit then, but they put a rule in. I was the catalyst for that rule called the Tubby rule. They put the rule in saying no girl under any circumstances will ever play Little League baseball. That rule stayed like that until the Now organization got involved in 1974. But I'll go back to 1950, how I took the name Tubby. I was always small, I still am small. But my brother went out for Little League baseball, and I kept thinking, why can't I play Little League baseball? I'm as good as the boys, if not better. And you know, it was a game that I loved. I absolutely loved baseball. I was athletically gifted. I loved sports, but baseball was my passion. And so one day my mother was braiding my long, dark hair, and she told me about another team that was being sponsored, and they were having tryouts. Now, fortunately, Corning, New York is divided by 3 bridges. You had the south side and the north side. When I went out to try out for Little League, most of the children were from the south side of town. I was from the north side, so they didn't know. And I had my mother cut my hair off, the braids, long braids. I pushed the rest of it under a cap. I took the name Tubby out of a Little Lulu comic book because I used to read Little Lulu all the time. And I went out under the name of Tubby Johnston. Tryouts then, not everyone made the team. I had to try out about 3 times, and I made the team as a first baseman. I was on the team for a couple of weeks before I needed to tell the coach something a little different, and that I was a girl and not a boy. After talking it over with the team, they allowed me to stay and play that entire year because I was a good player. So, you know, that was exciting for me. However, the fame of being, or I guess the gender breaker, eluded me until about 1974 when another person was giving credit for being the first girl to play Little League. At that point, my twin sister, Mary, called me and she said, wait a minute, somebody else is getting credit. Why don't you correct that situation? And I said, I really don't care. She's only 12. I don't want to steal the spotlight from her. And then she went into this thing about, well, you always had my bicycle. I never got one. You got a bike because you had to go to practice all the time. And my remark to her was, you know, that was 25 years ago, and maybe you ought to get over this. But to please her, I called Little League headquarters in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, And I explained that I was the first girl, and then they asked me to send verification of that, which I did, which I think they hid from the public, you know, because nobody still knew about it, because I said, just correct your records. Don't make a big issue. I didn't want to steal the spotlight from this other person. And so 25 years later, I was a trauma nurse, and I came home from work, and I'm listening to TV, and I see that they're celebrating the 25th anniversary of the first girl to ever play Little League. And now I'm thinking, wait, this girl's 38, maybe she can take this now. So I called Williamsport, Pennsylvania again and talked to Lance Van Auken, who at the time was writing a book called Play Ball, the story of Little League history. And he was interested in the story, and so he went through some old filing cabinets, and he found the original papers I had sent to at that time, the vice president of Little League. So he put it in his book. The book came out in I think it was the spring of 2001, where then I got a call from Hollywood. I've got a secret, want to know if I'd be on the program. And I said, that sounds interesting, I'd love it. Then I also had a call from Little League headquarters in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, about throwing out a ceremonial first pitch, which I did. And I threw out the pitch where Oceanside was playing the Bronx. I think Oceanside would have won. They should have won. But there was a problem there. That was back in 2001. And that was a great experience. I had never been to Williamsport, Pennsylvania before, and it was like a major league field to me. And then in 2002, Sports Illustrated wanted to do an article about me, and they did that. And after that, I got calls from Disney and from America's Most Wanted. I thought, well, they finally caught up with me about doing a movie. I see this little boy down here, they're making a movie about me. Well, eventually there will be a movie. It'll be called Who's On First? And there's a book in the process of being written. And, and then the biggest thing, one of the biggest things is in 2006, I was enshrined in the National Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. That was in May of 2006. And then through the efforts of a gentleman who was an executive with Bank of America named Rick Maya, he heard of my story about how I loved the Yankees and being in the Hall of Fame. So he found a way to have me throw out a ceremony of first pitch at Yankee Stadium in September of 2006. And that was something else. I just loved being there. Now they're working on, perhaps, because I live in Northern California, to throw out a pitch at the Oakland A's Yankee game August 18th, so we'll see. Anyway, what the message I like is that, Little League or Pony League, it's playing ball. You learn so much from it. You learn discipline, respect for your teammates, respect for yourself, and you'll take these tools with you all your life, in your professional life, and it's just something that you'll never, ever forget. I don't think there's ever a loser in baseball. It's just organized baseball is something that you're a winner no matter what the outcome of the score is. And again, I just want to thank you all for having me here. I have so much more I'd like to tell you, but I was told to keep my talk down to 10 minutes. I think I'm within that limit. So again, thank you very much, and it's an honor to have been here.
Thank you, Kay. Okay, it is time for the 7th inning stretch. For our 7th inning stretch, I'd like everyone on the stage here to come join me for a rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. May I please ask that all of you step forward and we make this happen. And please, everyone here, it is a requirement that you join in. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd.
Come on, you know the words.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root Root, root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Well, let me say thank you all for being here tonight. It has been a truly wonderful day. I'd like to remind you that Air Force One above you will be open until 8 p.m. for all of you who would like a chance to tour the plane. And our museum store right over here has a few remaining World Series souvenirs left from today's event, and will also stay open until 8. And for all of you World Series players, we have already drawn the names of the winners for the autographed baseballs. You can find out if you're one of the winners by going up 1 floor up to the 2nd floor of the pavilion. You'll see a table with some smiling faces and a list of the winners. So good luck to all of you. Good luck at the World Series, and thank you so much for coming this evening.